That's the problem. You get addicted to tennis and you overplay. And then what do you think the feeling that you first played tennis that made you get addicted to this sport? What kind of joy was it? What made you feel like, okay, I want more of this?
To go into a tennis club, to go on a tennis field,
Yeah.
and just be there. It has such a magical feeling.
Yeah.
Competitiveness and, well, to see what's inside of you, and tennis can bring that out. Tennis can bring that out.
Exactly. It helps prevent injuries.
Yeah.
So a lot of the beginner players start out with the wrong. For someone that is starting to play tennis, a complete beginner, what tips do you have for him or her that you would recommend? That you learned throughout your personal journey with tennis that you would recommend to this beginner player. Thank you guys for tuning in again for another episode here. We're at the Arches Tennis Academy in Hürde Club. Right now there's a tournament going on as we speak and record this podcast in the middle of the tennis courts. I believe that we are one of the very few podcasts that are recording the podcast in the middle of a tennis court. It has a cozy vibe. It brings a cozy vibe to it. Today we have Patrick here in HTC Club, Hürde Tennis Club. So Patrick, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background and which city are you from and what made you start playing tennis? How did you end up being here?
In this moment.
In this
sitting
moment.
right now.
Right now.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Mazi, thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure, and I'm enjoying it to be on your podcast. So thanks for that.
Pleasure's all mine.
Let's have fun together.
Yeah, man.
But my name is Patrick. I'm 41 and I'm here from Dortmund. My background is I studied physical education and social science when I was younger, from 2005 to 2010.
Yeah.
This is the point where I started get a little bit more interested in tennis because we have 3 courts there.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, we have this courts here in the facility. Well, let's get a racket, let's get the shoes, and let's play. But there was no mention, no thoughts, well, let's do it a little bit more serious. It was just having fun.
Yeah.
So
where exactly was the location of the facility that you said?
it's in Dortmund, Eichlinghofen. It's at the university. Otto Hahnstraße 3.
Yeah. Okay. So
yeah.
for people that are from that area, yeah.
Yeah, but you cannot compare it to a real club. So it was not the idea to do it on a regular term, just have fun.
Yeah.
The years passed, I finished the study.
Yeah.
And one day, my best friend Christian, he said, "Well, I got this newsletter here from the tennis club in the near,
Yeah.
From the neighborhood." And he said, "Well, they have a tennis summer camp. Let's do it." And I said, "Well, why not?"
Where do they have this summer camp?
It's in TC Kirchhörde,
Yeah.
my club.
Yeah.
Well, I have the shoes, I have the racket, let's do it. And we have so much fun that week in the environment and the club with the coaches and all the other guys who was joining the club. So we decided quickly, let's join the club.
Yeah.
And
what do you think was so special about your first experience in going into Kirchhörde Club that you said, or general, your first experience that made you want to play more of it? Was it anything special, do you think?
Yeah, it was that I was listing it out. It was the coach who was very charismatic and make it an enjoyable experience.
It's very important. The coach is very important, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that, I think, later.
Absolutely.
All the other guys, and since, well, when we doing the drills, well, it will get better.
Yeah.
And it's so enjoyable.
Yeah.
So all combined. And when you think sometimes in tennis, you're a tennis outsider, I think you think the distance to reach out or to go in is so far ahead.
You mean it's difficult to get in and start playing tennis
Yeah,
if you're
I think
not...
for a lot of people.
They think, like it's
Yeah.
a stereotype. They think that tennis is not for everyone. They think tennis is not easy to enter.
Yeah, it's kind of elite. I think in the head, it's bigger than it actually is.
Yeah. We have a plane passing by and we're in the middle of the way of an airport here, Holzwickede Airport, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then all the planes are going, I think, every 10 minutes or so. So, yeah, just for the listeners and the viewers, so they know exactly. Yeah, they say, okay, I'm not even going to start because tennis is so difficult or it's so complex. And what do you think about that? Is it true?
Well, I can report from my perspective. So when I started, the environment was so, well, you can get more of it. you can join the club, and the club is friendly and kind of inviting. The club is not making huge barriers there because you have the tennis school there
Yeah.
to teach. When you take care to introduce yourself and include, you will have a fair chance.
Yeah.
You will have a fair chance.
Okay.
So then my first hurdle was I was enjoying it that much.
Your first hurdle, your first challenge, you
And
mean?
my first challenge came.
Yeah.
I was enjoying tennis so much and I played so much. I get some issues with my arm pain.
Okay, with your, I think tennis elbow it was.
It was not a tennis elbow. It was, I think, it was too much tension on it.
Too much tension, you overdid it.
Yeah,
You
I-
overplayed.
Yeah, I overplayed.
That's the problem. You get addicted to tennis and you overplay and then
Yeah, and it was, of course, I figured it out later. It was the wrong grip.
you were playing with the wrong grip.
I played with the wrong grip. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was so frustrating, and I couldn't get away from the pain. I could even hold my laptop with one hand, and one of the girls from the club, he said, "Well, I had it too, and I couldn't even hold
The cup.
a cup." Well, she
Exactly.
said, "Well, the milk."
The milk.
Yeah, the milk. So the frustration gets so I get out of the club because I didn't see it get any better in short of time, and I think I need like 4, 5, 6 months to recover, either with some shots.
Yeah.
But it went away and everything was fine. And one winter,
Yeah.
it was like 2 winters ago, exactly at that time,
Yeah.
my friend Christian again had a newsletter from the club
Yeah.
and said, "Well, you can get a time in the tennis hall through the winter."
Yeah.
And we said with 4 friends, yeah, we pick one time.
Yeah.
So we go for 1 hour in the hall and
the
play
hall.
tennis.
Yeah, and then it started all from there.
I was enjoying it that much like previously, and
Yeah.
I said, "No, it can't be over.
Yeah.
The feeling is there. I have to take one more shot."
Yeah.
One more shot at a club. It was kind of embarrassing to say, "Well, I'm back again."
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why this thought it was my head.
Yeah.
But I said, "Well, let's try it one more time," and yeah, and I enjoyed it again.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, it feels so good. Let's get a coach.
Let's get a coach."
So
Okay, before we go into the topic of how important it is to get a coach or not, so in your opinion, I want to know, I want to ask you, what do you think the feeling that you first played tennis that made you get addicted to this sport? What kind of joy was it? What made you feel like, okay, I want more of this? Was it being able to rally the ball over the net many times? Was it because you felt like it's a sport that not everyone can play and then you were able to play it that gave you a good feeling? Or was it that you could put your power into the ball? Was it because it's a competitive sport?
first of all, it's the environment to go into a tennis club, to go on a tennis field,
Yeah.
and just be there. It has such a magical feeling.
Yeah.
But always it starts to have fun hitting the ball and bring it over the net.
Yeah.
And rally with your friends.
Exactly.
So it starts with it's a combined feeling. It's a combined feeling, and as you said, it's a rare sport.
Yeah.
We talked about the barrier earlier.
Yeah.
It's a rare sport, but I think it has so much potential, and the thought for the competing comes after that. It's not. It's just competing with your friends, of
Exactly.
course. Where are you standing? Where are your friends? The competing is there with your friends, but I think competing on tournaments against people that you don't know comes a little bit later, but it comes, and it's amazing.
The feeling of the competitive feeling that you feel in a tennis court is what makes it special for you. One of the things that makes it special for you. And also you mentioned rallying and taking the ball over the net, and also the feeling of competitiveness.
competitiveness, and well, to see what's inside of you, and tennis can bring that out.
Tennis
Tennis can bring that out.
Exactly, especially because it's an individual sport and
Yeah.
it's all you. It's you by yourself and your thoughts. It's not a team sport. And yeah, it brings out another version of yourself a lot of the times.
Totally. So you can learn yourself, and you can learn a lot about you.
So, Patrick, let's go to the next topic. For someone that is starting to play tennis, a complete beginner, what tips do you have for him or her that you would recommend? That you learned throughout your personal journey with tennis, that you would recommend to this beginner player?
First of all, find something in tennis that you love. It should be curious. First of all,
Yeah.
that is basic. And when you started with really some energy and said, "Well, want to have fun." So first of all, you have to get a good gear, good tennis shoes to not damage your feet, and a grip size that fits you well. So to prevent injuries on the arm. So find out what is your grip size, maybe a racket, but then of course the right group and the environment where you feel well. So maybe you can try 1 or 2 clubs, or when you feel instantly good in your club,
You find a spark in
Yeah.
the club. Yeah.
so stay with that and try to make it on regular basis, and the rest will come. And always go on the court and to the club with a smile.
Yeah.
And enjoy the people there.
Yeah, man. Always put a smile. I can say from my own experience, every time that I saw Patrick come in the court, I never saw you without a smile.
Really?
Not even one time.
Well,
And that's so rare to see.
really?
Yeah.
I figured it out that, well, when you look at Julian, he has the biggest smile in the club by far,
Yeah.
always.
Even bigger than me, man. Yeah, no.
You guys are close.
Yeah, ehrlich zu sein, if I want to be honest, yes. His smile is more consistent than mine.
Yeah. It's really big. It's
Yeah.
like a smash, It's
Yeah.
like a smash serve in tennis.
Yeah.
So big is his smile, and he's enjoying it. So
So one thing that I wanted to say was that for a beginner, that you recommended to pick the proper shoes for tennis.
Yeah.
A proper racket with the
Yeah.
proper grip, that it helps prevent injuries.
Yeah.
So a lot of the beginner players start out with the wrong racket, then it leads to them getting injured or getting tennis elbow or wrist pain just because of the wrong racket weight or grip.
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
100%. Is that
100%.
what your experience is too?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's very important. It's very important for the beginner player to pick the right racket.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be the most expensive racket, but the racket should be perfect for you as a player.
Yeah, the size of the grip, and it's also, man, everybody can understand. It's the same with the shoe size, so it's the same thing. When it doesn't fit,
It
you
bothers you.
will pay the price.
Exactly. You will feel pain in
Yeah.
your feet. Same with the racket. If it's
Yeah.
not the right size, if it's not the right grip size, or if it's not the right weight for you, you could injure yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
so
the
it's very
beginner, has no experience there, so you should consult and somebody that can help you with this question.
Exactly. Who do you think is the best person to consult with in terms of rackets?
Well, of course, the coach, and you can also have luck when you're in a professional store, when you have somebody with knowledge there,
Yeah.
own tennis experience, who have done it thousands times.
Yeah.
He can help you, but
Exactly.
not always the people who are selling the gears have that much experience. So you can't have luck, or you can have bad luck.
Bad luck.
Yeah, but there is a term when you sit on the spectator perspective and you talk with people. I heard the term a lot from older ladies, like 40.
Yeah.
They say always, tennis is such a technical sport.
Yeah.
And this means 2 things. On one side, well, you have these techniques. It's the return, the double hand backhand, it's the forehand, it's
Yeah.
the smash. So that is technical.
Exactly.
But you have all the second side of technical. It means the material, the development.
Exactly.
To have it on a good quality and good shape. So
Exactly.
the good proper equipment
Yeah.
can help you to make quicker adjustments and
Exactly.
get better.
Exactly. That's 100% true.